Second video of the day. Woo! Yay! I'm so excited. I'm back. I literally just stopped filming the first video and I'm already back here again. It is time to be back. I'm actually gonna move this into frame a little bit. I'm sliding it with my foot. That was really slow. I finished this painting and I want to talk about it, so that's why we're here. This piece is titled The Guest. I wanted to call it like the dinner party or like empathy or equality. Like I had like a few title ideas, but I settled on The Guest. It is a painting of I believe they're called African flower beetles. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a female. And I know that because I actually based it off of a specific insect that I saw at the Montreal Insectarium when I was there a few weeks ago.
That they're on?
Yep.
He's nibbling on his
You're right.
banana peel. Coconut.
You glow, you're glowing.
Oh my god. Is that all?
What's it called? What's it called? What is it called?
Oh my god, I can't believe
From Stranger Things. They're in the upside down.
I can't believe our boyfriends turned into ants.
They're so creepy looking over here. You see them like pushing.
In the sunlight. Perfectly positioned on his head. Literally.
The marching ants are crazy.
It was really, really cool. I absolutely loved it. I geeked the fuck out in there. Actually, I loved it. And there was this one beetle that was sitting alone eating a banana and a little, I don't know what they're called. It's like bug jelly or like beetle jelly. It's like blended up goop, grossness into like jello. And it looks like a little baby jello. It's really cute. It looks like it'd be fire as fuck, but I'm guessing they taste nasty. And this beetle was just sitting down like a little person at its little dish eating this like banana. And I don't know why it fascinated me so much in the moment, but when I saw it, I was like, I need to paint this bug. Like I really want to do something with this. I was with a group of people and they all were like, sure girl, like I don't see it. And I was like, no, I have a vision. Like I can picture this bug with like a little fork and knife, like at a chair, like he's having a proper dinner. And I ended up doing that. So this is a tour of that painting. Cool background story. But yeah, no, I really like it. I had a vision and I kind of executed my vision how I had imagined it originally, which is cool. I'll include my reference compared to what it looks like. Little comparison. I think I got pretty close. I changed the tablecloth because I didn't like the way the textured tablecloth looked in an oil painting. If I'm being honest, I wasn't entirely sure how to do that texture. And when I tried doing how I thought it would be, it didn't look right. So I was like, I think I'm going to just skip the texture. I did a little bit of shadowing, which I'll include a close-up if you need it. I don't know how it's going to look on camera, but I did a little bit of shadowing behind the plate just by desaturating the tones slightly as they move backwards on this tablecloth. And then the plate, I didn't stick to the reference, obviously, as you can tell from looking at it next to the reference. I didn't stick to the reference as far as the pattern. I wanted to freehand it and just like go based on a vibe. I did that. The banana and the jelly are original to the beetle photo. And then the chair was just a random Google picture that I blew up, zoomed in. Same with the wine glass. Actually, kind of a flex. I love Google. I love the internet. I found a picture. I just Googled wine glass on a red picnic blanket. And I found a picture of a wine glass on a red picnic blanket. So I photoshopped the wine glass onto this fabric swatch for like, I don't know what this, is it called gingham? Plaid? No, it's not plaid. Gingham? Checkered tablecloth? It was like a square of fabric, like a little sample, and I distorted it backwards in Procreate to make it look like it was laying like a tablecloth, and then I put the wine glass on it. The plate was from some random auction website. It was like a vintage something or other. Obviously, Miss Girl, the little bug, was an OG photo that I took. And I based the composition just on how it was based purely on like me reading a vibe and kind of coming up with it at random. I don't know. I love it. The only thing I would change if I could go back is I would honestly make her cuttier. Like, the second I did the wine glass, I was like, this should be a chalice. Like, she needs to have a bejeweled chalice, a golden fork, and a gold plate on like a green tablecloth. I wanted it to be cuntier immediately. I might actually do more with this because I really like this vibe. I might do something else in the same energy, maybe this summer when I have more time. This was my full-size surreal project. The assignment was to do a surreal painting. That was literally the only descriptor we were given. And obviously this counts as surrealism because it's like semi-realistic in energy. And then the subject is not real. Like, it's a beetle that's sitting at a table like a fucking person with like a giant cup in like a plate. Like, it's not, this isn't a realistic scenario. This wouldn't happen. I mean, unless you invite beetles into your home like I do. And that's actually, to transition, the meaning behind this piece, which I think is really cool. Is really inspired by the song Boys, Bugs, and Men by Paris Paloma. The idea that as boys age, it's more encouraged for them to be violent. Men tend to use toxic masculinity because they think it's what will impress women, and it's not. And a lot of the times it's kind of like a real shock to the system as a woman because women and girls tend to be a lot more empathetic, more sensitive to that kind of thing. And it's kind of jarring to be around young boys who are going through a very different interpretation of these exact same situations. And the song addresses that concept. Like, the chauvinistic nature of dating and as you get older, like men trying to impress you with violence and strength and those kinds of things and how it doesn't really connect with you. You're looking at a beetle on the street and you think it's so cool and a little boy just comes up and kills it for no reason and just like laughs just because they can. The idea of like men are given power and they choose to use it poorly just because they can. And then it gets into a whole other thing with like politics and that kind of stuff. But it's the same thing. I saw this bug in a museum with a group of people. Everybody was like, oh, that's cool, like whatever, kept moving. And I looked at this bug and I was like, it looks like a little person sitting at a table. So that's why I painted this. So you could tell even in like the context of how I came up with the idea, it was me personifying an insect. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's something that's a very core part of my personality. So I wanted to create something inspired by that idea.
I feel like I didn't explain myself well enough, but really what I'm trying to get at is that there's a power dynamic with young boys that they kind of come into realizing as they get older, and being a little girl, it's really jarring to be on the other side of that equation, and kind of realizing as you get older that men have more power, and these early realizations you come into as a child, starting to see that in like small ways, like killing bugs.
But yeah, no, that's the gist of it. It's oil on wood. It's pretty small. I'd say it's like, if I had to guess, probably 18 by 14. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a pretty decent size. I really like it. I'm happy with the way it came out. I think I did a great job. Not to pat myself on the back, but I am. This is your second video of the week. You're welcome. If you wanted it. I don't know. It's here regardless because I felt the need to talk about this piece more in depth. And I wanted to give it its own time. It's a concept that really meant something to me, and I had a lot of fun with it. More fun than I've had in a while with painting, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else for you, so I'll see you soon. Let's put it that way. I don't know what my next video is going to be. Probably a tour of my next painting that I finished, which is going to be that white still life that I was talking about in my last video. So, I will see you later. Bye! Why did I wave like that? That was weird. Okay, bye!